Okay, where do I begin? We'll begin at the start. Booting up this game, the first thing I'm hit with is a cacophony of bright colours and agonising soundtracks designed to ruin my day from the get-go. I assume designed for children. I'm not a child, I don't know anymore. I don't know what the kids like, but I assume it's this garbage. Anywho, the rest of the game panned out more or less the same way. I hate to break it to you. I was a huge fan of Dirt 4. I thought it was the best. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Go back and look at my review. But when it comes to Dirt 5, I'm sorry, it just hasn't matched up. Controls. Let's talk about that. As you can probably see in the footage, handled pretty well. To be fair, the cars do kind of well, but it feels like there's less realism. It's more of a go-kart game. I can slide around every corner without a single snag. I can bump into other cars without having a single problem. But it's just not as satisfying if I'm not struggling to keep the car on the road the whole time. That's another point, though, of hitting other players. What are they doing there? It's not a rally game anymore, I'm afraid. We've now entered into a world where every race is 15 racers on a small dirt track, causing me to compete with untold crashes and agonising corners where I'm surrounded by computer-controlled garbage vehicles. Throughout most of the game, I was forced to listen to the ramblings of two inane, annoying hosts who argued and made fun of each other at every available opportunity in some desperate attempt to be what I deem Deadpool funny, and failing miserably at every hurdle. I'm sorry guys, I assume you put a lot of work into your funny accents and your funny voices and your entertaining introductions, but it's falling flat. It's terrible.
So, Nolan, speaking of the current crop of racers, did you remember the name of that rookie that you were telling me about the other day?
Ace? Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, kind of funky name. Gonna be honest, a little jealous.
Hey now, man. James is a great, strong name.
I really appreciate that, bud. Thank you.
Did you know that it's a popular boy's name? It means supplanter, or one who follows. You know, in the 17th century Scotland.
Are you reading off the internet?
I would never.
Nolan, I can see your phone. Put it away. You're just reading off the internet.
Okay.
You're an amazing
Like I said, it's no longer really a rally game. In the previous Dirt games, you were allowed to create your own team, go to different countries, hire and fire people, set up an entire company devoted to your racing. Now, though, you get picked up at the very beginning of your career, and everyone acts like you're the godsend. You're here to save racing. And you go out and just win races in a perfect line. There's no deviation, there's no way to change what path you're on apart from which race you're going to do first out of the two options you're given. Vehicle customization is back, but it feels a lot less intuitive than in previous games. Every single vehicle has multiple options that you have to unlock by leveling up or doing well in races and earning them. The only problem is, you don't unlock the item, you unlock the right to buy the item with in-game currency, which is horrible. I've worked really hard to earn these things, why all of a sudden do I then have to pay more for them? Just let me have my cute unicorn stickers.
Technical straights, small jumps that jostle you.
Strangely, the vehicles themselves are laid out in a skewy sort of way. Most leagues I entered into, I already had probably the best vehicle to start with. I began my rally career and I was given a uprated Skoda Fabia, and nothing else after it was able to compete. The only thing I could go for was a Volkswagen Golf, which I could afford after exactly one race. It doesn't seem like there's any actual progression here. I'm just given everything I want from the get-go and have to throw in-game currency, which each race gives you tens of thousands off anyway. And it's about 6,000 to unlock any vehicle by the looks of things. I didn't really see the need to change vehicles. I stuck with what I had and kept winning races. That was up until I got to a very strange mode where I was in what appeared to be a water skimmer vehicle on a track that didn't have any water, and in fact was mostly roads. Far be it from me to decide what tracks I should be on, but it feels like maybe this vehicle was put here by mistake, and I couldn't handle and I crashed into every wall. I'm assuming my editor will find some footage of that happening and make me look ridiculous. As for the tracks themselves, unfortunately, it seems like speed doesn't work very well, and the faster you go, the harder time the game has rendering the tracks. Every corner I took, there was a chance that I would get screen tearing, or some kind of blockage wouldn't appear properly, and I'd go slamming into something that was invisible. Luckily, the AI is pretty garbage, and I was able to recover from most of these incidents, but it's still pretty jarring and throws you off. And even worse is there's no realism to these tracks anymore. There's nothing to make me feel like I'm really racing. One of my truck races, for example, I had to leap across a canyon with fire jets shooting out the side. I mean, in any other series that sounds awesome, but unfortunately Dirt has built itself on being the cool yet realistic rally series. This has gone completely off piece. It feels like Ken Block has finally got his dirty little hands into what was previously a pure rally game based around the life and times of the fantastic and dearly departed Colin McRae. But now the young kids have taken it over and ruined it, and I know that makes me sound like I'm 50 years old. I don't care. This was a series I loved, and now it's something that is just horrible and dirty and wrong. I'm sorry, Dirt. You've lost me with this one. Whilst I gave Dirt 4 9 out of 10, I'm going to have to give Dirt 5 a staggeringly lower 3 out of 10.